Breakfast is proudly brought to you by the Jetstar 50. Get more out of your weekend with Jetstar's 50 must-do experiences. Find yours at jetstar.com/50.
It's Monday, the 19th of September. Kia ora, good morning. This is Breakfast. I'm Hilary Barry. I know.
It's so good to finally be here. It's so good to have you with us. And it's so good to have you with us.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm going to do a quick Springsteen now and quickly introduce the band. Down the end there, we have Daniel Faitaua. He does the news.
Morning, New Zealand.
Down this end, squeezing into his Spanx this morning, apparently.
You do not tell people that.
Come on, we're all friends here.
That's an off-air discussion.
Is Brodie Kane, who's in charge of sport. This is your breakfast. This is New Zealand's breakfast. And it's 6 o'clock.
Up ahead this morning, the Paralympics are about to close. So in the next half hour, we'll head to Rio, to the man of the moment, triple medalist, flag bearer, our very own Blade Runner, and a very funny man as well, Liam Malone.
You know, the funny thing about this show is that even though this is New Zealand's breakfast, people are tuning in from all around the world this morning. The UK, North America, and in New York City, they're really excited to see someone in particular.
Smart, hard worker, and get the job done.
I'll tell you who they're talking about before 7 o'clock.
And a story we're bringing you exclusively this morning, the good old cash job. No harm in those, huh? Well, we have a special One News investigation into the black economy. And I reckon you might just be surprised how much money's at stake. We'll have the results of our poll on how you feel about cashies and the sometimes unexpected pitfalls of paying under the table. Now, I know you're wondering, what's she doing there? Wasn't she like...
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like I've been living a couple of suburbs away and now I've moved into the neighbourhood. And can I say, Jack, I love what you've done with the place.
Yeah, we've been doing renovations around here. I've been down to Bunnings over the weekend. We've bunged up a few bits and pieces. We've changed the lights around. We've got a flash new table, as you can see. But unfortunately for us, the budget only extended so far. And besides, this wouldn't be breakfast without Sam Wallace. If history is any guide, no doubt preparing to take his shirt off and get the rig out this morning. Mr. Wallace.
No, I think those days have gone, guys. The chest that was once here is slowly slipping to the dad bod down here. But I am still here bringing you the best and the worst of the weather around the country. And today I'm going big for the first show. I've taken charge of TVNZ's marketing. What on earth could go wrong?
Quite a bit, actually. I'm a little bit worried, as I'm sure we all are. Thank you so much, Sam. Now it's time for the news with Daniel.
Thanks, Hilary. Good morning. The blast that rocked New York City has now been labelled an act of terror, but no link to international terror groups has been found. The Manhattan bomb explosion injured 29 people and caused significant damage. A second device, a pressure cooker bomb, was found 4 blocks from the blast site and safely removed. Around 1,000 extra security staff are being deployed to New York City transport hubs as the city remains on alert. And Donald Trump's been criticised for announcing the bomb blast before officials released details. He told his rally about the explosion just after it went off as emergency services were racing to the scene.
I must tell you that just before I got off the plane, a bomb went off in New York and nobody knows exactly what's going on.
The Republican presidential candidate went on to say it's time to get tough against the terrible thing that's going on in the world. Well, still in the US, ISIS has claimed responsibility for a stabbing rampage at a mall in Minnesota overnight, which has left 8 people wounded. The suspected attacker, dressed as a security guard, has been shot dead by police after reportedly making references to Allah. The Prime Minister has now arrived in New York as he prepares to lead a United Nations Security Council meeting on Thursday. The emergency meeting has been called after Russia and the United States brokered a ceasefire in Syria. This month, New Zealand is acting as president of the 15-nation council, and John Key says he's taking the opportunity to host a special meeting on the Syrian war. And One News political editor Corin Dan is in New York with John Key, and we'll hear from him after 7. Well, cash jobs are costing our country billions of dollars in lost revenue. And today, Inland Revenue is cracking down on an industry it says plays a large part in it: tradespeople. It comes as a One News investigation reveals that, like the Auckland housing market, the cash economy is booming. 50% of tradespeople who turned up to a One News renovation job quoted a cash price unprompted for work valued between $10,000 and $20,000.
You know, it's big. It's called the hidden economy, so you don't know quite how big it is, but certainly we know about cash jobs of $20,000, $30,000, so there's a lot going through.
And what do you think about that?
Well, it's not good.
The Homeowners and Buyers Association warns there are risks associated with paying for a renovation with cash. It says if a tradie is willing to break tax law, then they may disregard building regulations too. And One News reporter Rebecca Wright will explain the investigation just before 7, and we'll hear from the IRD about today's crackdown later in the program. Well, a Christchurch driver is lucky to escape with only bumps and bruises after a crash near the Styx River last night. Emergency services arrived on the scene in Marshlands late last night to find the car completely split in two on the edge of the river. Parts of the car, including a car seat and fuel tank, were found 200 metres downstream. At least 13 people have been killed and more than 30 injured after a boat capsized in Thailand. More than 100 people were aboard the double-decker passenger boat when it crashed north of Bangkok. Some people are still believed missing, though it's not yet clear how many. Bad weather is hampering rescue efforts. 17 soldiers have been killed in an attack on an army base in Kashmir. All 4 attackers are dead after storming the base carrying guns and grenades. India has reacted by calling Pakistan a terrorist state, though the country's denied any role. 4 people have died and scores more have been hurt in a bus crash in the US. Up to 50 people were taken to hospital with injuries after the bus carrying football players and coaches struck an overpass. It appears its front tyre blew, causing it to veer out of control. Many are suffering from critical injuries. Well, the Paralympics closing ceremony is kicking off in a couple of hours, and it'll be Liam Malone's big moment as he carries the New Zealand flag into the stadium. The Kiwi Blade Runner won 2 golds and a silver in Rio, where he competed alongside 30 other New Zealand Paralympians. Malone was voted flag bearer by his fellow athletes as the person who best represented the collective achievements of the team. And we'll be chatting to Liam Malone in around 10 minutes. Well, it's just 6:07. I'll be back with the news headlines shortly. Looking forward to that Liam Malone interview.
Indeed.
Right, let's go and find out what you need to wear for today and see if you can spot some of our flash new graphics, some of the old goodies, some of the new stuff as well. Let's start with our satellite image, and you can see that nasty that's been plaguing us over the last couple of days moves out into the Pacific Ocean, which is good news. That's the Rainmaker, and most of it has moved away. There is still a little bit of debris with it, but it's also, there's a little bit of a scoop, a southerly scoop that's pushing some cloud onto the Canterbury coast. Let's get to our flash new regions. Down south, chance of some drizzle for Oamaru this morning. Morning cloud clears in Invercargill. It is a nice day through central Otago, but you can expect some drizzle in Dunedin tonight. For the coasters, sunshine up the coast all the way to Greymouth, but there's a few showers up the top there, Westport, Nelson, which will continue into the afternoon. Now, as we jump the divide, a little bit claggy cloud and a bit drizzly this morning, and temperatures struggling as well, 12s or 13s. And Hawke's Bay, southwesterly drags in that cloud again through here as well. Chance of some light drizzle in Masterton, maybe a shower in Gisborne, maybe not. And it is cloudy up the coast as well. And now to Wellington. It is drizzly in the capital this morning, but nowhere near as bad as yesterday. Maybe a splash up the coast first thing this morning, but that morning cloud will clear in a nice day all the way to Taranaki. And a nice morning up on the Central Plateau. The sun is shining first thing. Walk the dog early because into the afternoon a few showers pop up later today. And in the north, better than it's been, fine spells increase. Still the chance of a splash here and there, but to be fair, not a lot in it. Did you like them? They weren't too bad, were they? A little bit flash. We're going to minimise a little bit later this morning as well, so just keep across that, and hopefully you got like the new graphics as much as I do. Marketing, not an easy thing to do. I don't know if you've seen our new ad on the TV, popped up kind of Friday evening. It's just pretty much us having breakfast. Look, it was pretty simple and pretty nice, beautifully shot and all the rest of it. I thought, guys, we got to go bigger. So I am. I am in charge of marketing today. My first stage of my marketing campaign, I put together a wee leaflet with our pretty faces on it. There's the leaflet.
It just looks desperate.
It is. Honestly, this whole marketing campaign is borderline desperate. It says, come along for the ride. which makes no sense at all until I reveal my next step in the plan, which is a small chartered bus over here. Look, I'm going big. It's trains, planes and automobiles, and I think you guys have summed it up. Desperation. If you're watching this morning, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. All will be revealed.
I can already sense the emails coming in from the council trying to fine TVNZ for the number of those leaflets that are going to be stuck in stormwater drains around the city.
Nobody wants a leaflet.
No one wants a
Please,
leaflet. No one wants a
leaflet. On it.
Brilliant.
Oh, dear.
Thanks for that, Sam. We'll catch up with Sam at 6:30. Time now to catch up with BK, though. BK, what's the sporting sitch?
Oh, it's all go this morning, I tell you. It's been revealed that the woman who beat Val Adams to the gold medal in the women's shot put at Rio had an exemption to take usually banned substances for medical reasons. American Michelle Carter was allowed to take 3 drugs before the Games because she had a therapeutic use exemption. Now, this info was leaked by the Russian hacking group Fancy Bears. The IOC says Carter and other athletes mentioned in that leak have in no way violated anti-doping rules. And the All Blacks have a week off before they hit the road for their final 2 rugby championship tests in Argentina and South Africa. Now, they've already won the trophy with 2 rounds to spare. Assistant coach Ian Foster saying player rotation is what it's all about in this big travel phase. And Lydia Ko did anything but sulk after her failed attempt to defend her Evian championship title in France, instead dousing the winner in Ji-chun in champagne. And I love the fact that she did the champagne. All the other girls just had the Evian water. Our girl from New Zealand.
Spot the Kiwi, yeah. Yeah, girl.
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost better than winning in my eyes.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Thank you very much, Brodie. Appreciate it.
This is Breakfast. It is 11 minutes past 6 to Rio next, and our man Liam Malone is about to head to the closing ceremony where he'll carry the flag for New Zealand. Such a proud moment. How much do we love him? We love him so much. The triple medalist Blade Runner chicken nugget champ. We'll tell you about that later as well. And he's a very funny bloke. He's just minutes away.
Then a bit later this morning, we're back in my old hood in New York's East Harlem.
It seems like everyone in this neighbourhood likes Hilary.
Yeah, because how could you not like our Hilary? You don't want to miss the results of my very unscientific poll.
Morning all. Taking a look at the traffic. It's a good start on the northern motorway if you get out the door early, just like us. Now's the time to go though, because traffic is building back at Papakura. It's still relatively free-flowing though on the southern. Taking a look at Christchurch Kirk Road, currently closed after a crash at the rail crossing on the intersection of Main South Road.
The Caltex Traffic Report, helping you enjoy the journey.
It's 16 minutes past 6. Time for Daniel with the news headlines.
Well, the bomb blast that shaken Manhattan and left dozens in hospital is now being called an act of terror, though it's not yet clear who is behind the attack. ISIS has claimed a responsibility for stabbing attack at a Minnesota mall overnight, and the IRD is today cracking down on tradespeople who offer cashies, as a One News investigation reveals the practice is widespread. And I'll have more details in the news at 6:30.
Right now, a sensational Paralympics team is on its way to the closing ceremony. They have done us proud indeed. Before they leap on the bus, man of the hour, Liam Malone, will chat to us. First, though, let's take a look at some of his golden moments from these games.
Woodall's there. Can Woodall reel him in? Malone gets the gold for New Zealand.
As New Zealand's new cyborg overlord, I'm feeling pretty happy right now. Oh, yeah, I just see my goofy face on that big TV and I'm just like, oh, I look like such a schmuck.
He's broken the record of Oscar Pistorius.
Like, I just try to run fast. And it doesn't matter how much I train for my starts. I got no legs. There's not much you can do.
Malone in front. Berra's in danger. Malone. Berra dives at him. Oh, it's tight. Tight Paralympic record. 46.21. It might be Malone, but it's a photo finish.
What a dude. Yes, Liam has become an international media sensation for his locks, his humour, and of course, most importantly, his ability to eat 100 chicken McNuggets in one sitting.
Amazing.
And, his ability to tear up on the track, that's not half bad either. Liam Malone, we know you're a very busy man. You're about to head off to the closing ceremony. Thank you so much for your time this morning. And let's just start off by getting your perspective on your greatest physical achievement of the last couple of weeks, because I would have thought the chicken nuggets would be top of the list.
I think winning the, getting second in the 100 on my mum's birthday would be my greatest physical achievement thus far, and next to that, probably just overcoming the